Okay guys, I'm Samiran. I'm discussing history from Bipan Chandra. In our last chapter, we have seen what are the differences between civil rebellion and tribal uprising. How civil rebellion is different from tribal uprising. Okay. In this chapter, I'm going to tell you that why the civil rebellion and tribal uprising had to embrace failure. Okay, the most important thing, the most important line that has been written in Bipan Chandra that expresses the whole essence of the failure of the civil rebellion and tribal uprising. The line is page number 44, Bipan Chandra books, chapter Civil Rebellion and Tribal Uprising. The line is, their resistance represented no societal alternative. Their resistance represented no societal alternative. This is the essence, this is the line which bears the whole essence of the failure of civil rebellion and tribal uprising. Their resistance represented no societal alternative. Now we will analyze what does this societal alternative means and why it is the main cause of the failure of civil rebellion and tribal uprising. We will see that what is societal alternative. Societal alternative means there was an absence of a platform that can direct the thinking of the people into a positive way. Societal alternative means there was an absence of a platform which can direct the thinking of the people involved in rebellion into a very positive and effective way. Now, what are the elements of this societal alternative? We will divide it into three elements. One is intelligentsia, means intellectuals people, intelligentsia. Another is lack of channelization, and another is political consciousness. Now we will see what is intelligentsia or intellectuals people. After 1857, whenever any movement or whenever any uprising happened, we will see that there were always a group of very intellectual or intelligent people like newspaper, like poets, like novelists, who always supported the causes of rebellion. Okay, then in case of Indigo Rebellion, that happened just after 1857, we have seen that Harishchandra Mukherjee has supported Indigo Rebellion through Hindu Patriot. Dinabandhu Mitra has written Nil Darpan supporting the causes of Indigo Rebellion. Okay, in this way, after 1857, we see that whenever any, not only in this case of, whenever any movements, in most of the cases, whenever any uprising occurs, whenever any uprising happens, there is always a group of people. These people might be comprised a poet, might be he is a novelist, might be philosopher, might be thinker, might be social worker. Okay, this group of people always support the causes of uprising after 1857. Okay, but what happened before 1857? There is an absence of such kind of a people who can support the causes of the rebellion. Okay, it is one of the component, the lack of intelligentsia, and who is actually expresses that who is actually consists of social alternative. Okay, till now what we have seen that the main cause of the failure of these rebellions is societal alternative. And what this societal alternative means? It is intelligentsia, lack of channelization, and political consciousness. Intelligentsia means what happened? A group of people, a group of learned people who always support the causes of the people that which direct the movement in a positive way. Okay, in case of all these rebellions before 1857, there was an absence of such kind of a group. And second element is the lack of channelization. Lack of channelization means what happened? When we read Indian freedom struggle, then we see that there are two groups of people. One is moderate and another is extremist. What we have seen that the moderate is always external protection for the extremist group. Okay, Gandhi was the eternal protector for all the people. Whenever and British always tried to divide this boundary, the boundary between the moderate and the extremist. Okay, the extremist always Gandhi, the moderate Congress was always a protector of the extremists. Okay, the moderate Congress, the activities of moderate Congress always protected the violent activities of the external extremist group. That means what? Extremist group, there was a platform. There is a platform for the extremist extremist freedom fighters that can channelize or that can protect their activities from the brutal suppression of the British. Understand? But in case of before 1857, what happened? There was not any political, there is not any visionary people, there is not any visionary person that can direct or that can channelize the thinking of people in much more constructive way. Okay, then what happened? What did Gandhi do in Indian freedom struggle? Okay, whenever Gandhi see that in 1921, what happened? When Chori Chora incident happened, Gandhi stopped the movement. People criticized him. All right, but what is the purpose of Gandhi? Gandhi showed that whenever any violent incident happen, the British, the government will suppress the movement in the name of brutal incident. Okay, the government will find this chance to suppress the movement wholeheartedly in the name of brutality. Okay, but before 1857, whenever the rebellions or whenever the peoples of the rebellion involved any violence, there was not any such person or body, any political body, okay, that can direct those ignited spirit, those ignited spirit of the people into a positive and into a more constructive way. That is why we can consider that lack of channelization was another important factor that contributes to the failure of civil rebellion and tribal uprising. Then third point is political consciousness. Here political consciousness means what happened in case of any movement after 1857. What happened? We see that the Congress always make the people realize that what is the main purpose of the British. The main purpose of British was not to make welfare towards the Indians. Their main purpose was to exploit the people. Okay, and in this way they have been, after 1857, there are different political bodies, there are different political organizations. Okay, and these political organizations had been able to make the people realize the real purpose of the British government, real political motive of the British government. For example, economic theory of British, the brain drain theory. What is the brain drain theory? Throughout the brain drain theory, it has been convinced the people that the purpose of the British government is to to take away the raw material, to take away the capital from India. Okay, to take away the capital, to take away all the raw materials from India, to take away all the raw materials from India. Okay, and it has also enunciated, it has also explained that as a result of taking away all these raw materials, all these capitals from India, how the people are leading their life in Hungary. Okay, how these capital were brought by the British into Britain, and how with this capital they made new things. Okay, how these things were again sold into India in less prices. All this process, all this process of economic exploitation by the British was very lucidly explained in later phases, not only in this economic matters. Okay, people also realized that what is the trick of the people, how British always try to use the carrot and stick policy. Okay, the main thing is that after 1857, people have been able to realize the carrot and stick policy, how always British this policy strictly. Okay, how British always guaranteed some concession to the moderate, and how always very brutally how always suppress those group who was very brutal. Okay, this kind of political awareness was absent in the mind of people before 1857 actually. Okay, that's why we have seen that after 1857 actually there was some political body, some persons, okay, who had been able to realize the people, who had been able to make the people realize about the real motive of the people. Okay, but before 1857 there was an absence of political consciousness. Okay, that means what? That the people related to civil rebellion and tribal uprising were unable to catch, to grasp the real motive or the trick of the British, trick of the company administration. Okay. So what we have seen that? We have seen that till this moment that the main cause of the failure of civil rebellion and tribal uprising, there was a resistance of societal alternative, and societal alternative means there are three elements: intelligentsia, lack of channelization, political consciousness. Intelligentsia means what? There is an absence of a group of learned people to support the causes of the rebellion. Okay, lack of channelization means what happened? There was an absence of any political body or persons or whatever you can say to direct the thinking of the people in a much more constructive way. There is an absence of political consciousness. Political consciousness means what happened? There is an absence of body, or there is an absence of group of people that can realize the people, okay, to the trick of the British government. They were not politically aware. They were not politically aware. They had not a vision actually. Okay, they had not a vision. Why there is not a vision? It is the what is the why? The main thing is that why the people. Okay, till now we have seen that the civil rebellion and tribal uprising was failed due to the lack of a societal alternative. We have seen that societal alternative means there is a lack of platform. Okay, there is a lack of adequate platform, and this platform consists of three elements: lack of intelligentsia, lack of channelizing, and lack of political consciousness. And the combination of these three factors is lack of a proper vision. Okay, the combination of lack of intelligentsia, lack of channelizing, and lack of political consciousness, all these three factors contributed to the lack of a future vision. And for the lack of a future vision, the revolutionaries were unable to concentrate, unable to stand on a similar platform with some basic ideologies or with some proper or advanced ideologies. Okay, so I hope this lecture will help you. In our previous lecture we have seen the differences between civil rebellion and tribal uprising, and in this chapter we have seen that what are the causes of failure, what is social alternative, and what are the elements of social alternative. Okay, in our next lecture we will discuss another topic. Till then, take care. Okay.